and they do it for you Saturday and Sunday at 2 p.m., Tuesdays at 11 p.m., and Monday nights at 7 p.m. It's Slow Living Radio, the best in food, the best in entertainment, the best in drinks, including great wine. All with Sally James and Steve Andrews. Slow Living Radio on CRN.
Live across America, the PM Show with Mike Horn on CRN Digital Talk Radio.
Welcome, everybody. It is the PM Show Weekend Edition. Our Weekend Edition staff is in place. I'm Michael Horn. Paul Stern is with us.
I gotta tell you, this isn't me and Mrs. Jones, but I think we got a thing going on here.
And we got the great Scott St. James, the legendary Scott St. James, from radio and television. He was a sports broadcaster, news broadcaster, radio talk show host, radio disc jockey, actor extraordinaire on so many things, and of course a personality here on this show from time to time. We're very honored when you're with us in studio, Scotty.
Well, you just listed about 5 or 6 things. I'm still looking for the 7th thing. It's I haven't.
You sing? Do you sing?
I haven't done any good on the other 5 or 6. So I'm looking for the 7th.
Do you sing? Are you maybe?
I've done that too.
I just read an article today that this is going to be in December, the 100th birthday celebration of Frank Sinatra, and I thought maybe you might want to do maybe some standards.
No, I tried that for a while. That's what I really wanted to do before I got into radio.
Really?
I wanted to be a singer, and I did that. I did stage stuff on that for quite a while, and some major people were with me who I hired to play, and they let me play with them, and they gave me a shot, but I just wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
I gave it a shot.
You got those good pipes, and you got a great voice too.
Well, I had a lot of fun trying to. Well, I sang, but I just wasn't big league, and if I couldn't make big league, I just said, okay, I got to try something else.
Speaking of big league baseball seasons, we're going to be getting your comments on. Going to talk some Academy Awards. Speaking of the Academy Awards, one of the major faux pas is when they had people that left us this year. They forgot to include Joan Rivers in that, and I guess Melissa Rivers.
Those things
quite
happen.
Bent out of shape by this, and she said. She just shrugged and she says it would have been nice, but they just she was classy about it, but they should. Joan was there on the red carpet and an actress and comedian. I mean, come on.
Every year it happens with somebody, it's just the way it is. In this particular case, I really do think that the Academy got themselves a bunch of lousy writers, and that screwed up Neil Patrick Harris, except for the beginning of the thing. I mean, he got out there.
We're stirring it up now with Scotty. He's getting going.
Neil Patrick Harris, to me, had a wonderful opening, but then after that, I mean, so much of the stuff that he did, and that came from the writers, just died.
I know it's been over a week, but we still have these strong
Get rid of those writers,
this.
is what I'm saying, and I think they're the ones who didn't find Joan.
If it's any consolation, I believe I heard at least that they did put Joan Rivers in the program. So it's not.
Well,
like
I know, but it should have been on TV.
I think
it was a faux pas.
I think they forgot.
Now, you being a singer, I got one great thing here for you.
Yeah.
I think I can bring your career back as singing, because apparently, in case you haven't heard this, the Honey Boo Boo show when it was canceled.
Yeah.
Apparently, TLC, the network, still kept paying the group for the entire season, with the understanding that they wouldn't do anything else. They would just do that. And so, Honey Boo Boo recorded a song, "Moving Up," and wanted to release it, but TLC says no. Maybe you could get together and be some kind of a duo.
Well, that would
Scotty and Honey BooOo.
My big comeback. Huh? Okay.
not exactly the band that you paid for, but I guess you got to take.
It would be kind of good. It's really good. Now, this other guy, Graham Moore, wrote about a main character who was gay and committed suicide in The Imitation Game in his acceptance speech for the Best Adapted Screenplay, and Moore admitted to considering suicide at 16. And then he went backstage afterwards, and later he had to tell reporters that he's not gay. He contemplated suicide, but not because he himself was gay. That was kind of a backstage scene at the Oscars.
It was, but I thought it was very interesting that he's talking about, that he was trying to make a point. I tried to kill myself at one time, and go ahead and go out and be weird. That was what he was saying.
And Dakota Johnson maybe regretted going with her mom, Melanie Griffith. They went there to the Oscars, and in an interview, Melanie Griffith said she said need to see 50 Shades of Grey to know what a good actress her daughter is, and that might make her a little unhappy.
I saw that. To me, that was just a mother-daughter thing, and that just happens all the time, no matter what we're talking about. They just happen to be famous, that's all.
It's the PM Show, Weekend Edition on CRN. Welcome aboard.
What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you could donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It will be towed away for free, and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car, and as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now, 1-800-785-9618. Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now, 1-800-785-9618. That's 1-800-785-9618.
PM Show Weekend Edition at CRN Digital Talk Radio. I'm Michael Horn along with Paul Stern, Scott St. James, Courtney Cadera, our executive producer, Tomas pressing all the buttons. And we're kind of take this segment here. We got a lot of ground to cover here on the show today, and let's talk a little Academy Awards. Since Scott St. James, we mentioned on Monday we'd have you back here to talk about it. You know, the movie's biggest night, the Academy's big night. And so overall, what do you think? Everything good, bad? The ratings were down from other broadcasts, from what I've heard.
And again, I blame the writers for that. It's I enjoyed the show overall, but I felt sorry for Neil Patrick Harris because at the beginning, that opening thing to me was wonderful. When he got up there and did the singing and the whole deal right at the beginning. But then after that, he was at the mercy of the writers, is what he was. And that's what anybody who's doing that kind of stuff, you count on the writers. And the stuff just didn't work. I mean, that's all. So he hung in there and, you know, and tried and it was all right. And I didn't think it was catastrophic, but I do think it probably caused some people to turn some things off. To me, the two best things on there, besides the winners and the losers and all that sort of stuff, I thought the thing that Neil Patrick Harris did was terrific. And the thing that just knocked my socks off was Aga Woman. I mean, my goodness, I did not know that she was that good of a singer. She gets out there and does a classic. Does a classic song, and then of course the person who made it famous, comes out and gives her a hug because it was that good. And to me, that was the strongest thing of the whole deal. Oh, just wonderful. Just wonderful.
With the sound of music.
Lady Gaga.
With songs they have sung for 1,000 years.
I did not know she was as good.
I didn't either. This really blew me away.
I got to tell you, I'm listening to Scott St. James, and I'm getting kind of nervous that we're going to go out shopping for furniture after the show. This guy is like Mr. Entertainment. This guy's got the pizzazz, the ballyhoo. He's got it all going on.
Let's just listen to Lady Gaga for another couple of seconds.
Scott St. James.
My heart wants to beat like the wings of birds that rise from the lake to the tree.
Gushing.
My heart wants to sigh like a chime that flies.
Unbelievable.
From a church on
Was she wearing any meat?
To laugh like a brook when it trips and falls over stones on its way to sing through the night like a lark who is learning to pray. I go to the hills when my heart is lonely.
I would see her in concert with Tony Bennett, wouldn't you?
Oh man, I'll go anywhere if she shows up out here. I'm buying a ticket.
She's got the tattoos and everything like that. I mean, Fred Dreyer told me, he said, I was looking, there's a trumpet on one arm over there, and then he said, did you see what was on the back? I said, yeah, but I couldn't make out what it was, and Fred said that was the rest of the orchestra.
Well, okay. Just going back to Lady Gaga.
Thank you very much, Fred Dreyer.
Mike and Paul. I mean,
She was still great. She was absolutely wonderful. And that Tyler Kinney, the star, one of the stars of Chicago PD, and she got engaged, and I wish them all the best.
Well,
what
yeah,
a nice
but
couple.
you see, Lady Gaga, who I know I'm not the
Severide.
only...
He plays Severide on Chicago Fire.
I'm not the only one. You felt the same way. We were both surprised. We did not know Lady Gaga was that good. But when she finished, I mean, how cool is it all of a sudden? Out of the, walking out comes Julie Andrews, who made that song.
Yeah.
And then comes out and hugs her. I mean, that has got to be
on the
wonderful
Doug
for
Steffen
her.
show, the Doug Steffen had some cars saying, I don't know why they had some person from 50 years ago on the thing. That's what you should have on the Oscars, not these political speeches telling you to call your grandpa or, women should have equal pay and all this. I mean, all that politics stuff should go out the window, and you should be honoring the motion picture industry.
Well, and
thank you for that head nod, Tomas. Thank you.
No, wait a second. Remember the Marlon Brando moment to where he get?
Yeah, he started it with all that, always trying to make a political statement.
Like Sacagawea or something?
Yeah, now the ratings were off on this one, as I mentioned. It was, they scored a 36.6, rating. It was number one for the week, but it was about 7 million down from last year's 15-year high.
And again, I blame it on the writers. I really do. It's those writers
are getting hammered by
Well, they got to carry you. They have to carry you. That's the way it works.
I blame it on Lady Gaga.
No, come on. She was incredible.
I could
Paul, she was great.
I could imagine St. Louis tuning into that and going, what is this?
You didn't like her?
Well,
I thought she was...
It's not a question of what not like it, or I just don't know if that flies, across everywhere in the country.
Take him to task, Scotty. Come on.
Well, I'm one of the toughest.
He's been away from the show for a while.
I feel like I'm doing a show with the two Muppets up at the balcony section.
Get close to that.
Hold it. My reputation speaks for itself. I'll bury somebody in a heartbreak with my words. This thing here, to tell you the truth, when I found out she was going to sing like this, I was all ready to bury her then. And then she comes out there and does that, and I'm like, all I'm thinking about is that this gal, she just shows up nude everywhere and all this other kind of stuff, and turns out she's got fabulous talent. And now I know why Tony Bennett got her, because Tony Bennett realized too that she was that good. Most of the rest of us didn't know that until we saw it on the show the other night.
I agree with you. He's going to be playing all of it.
I did not see it.
We'll take Paul. Yeah, I think you should watch it first before you make. Yes, Scott.
Go find it and watch it.
Scott,
no, this is the first.
This is the comment you get from him, and then he tells you after he tells you all this stuff.
Yeah.
Then he'll say, "I didn't watch it."
Well,
classic Paul Stern, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the show. We missed him. Now, okay, Neil Patrick Harris starts the show, and he starts with a zinger. He says, this is as close to the edges we're going to get at the Oscars. Today we honor Hollywood's best and whitest.
Yeah.
Sorry, brightest. Because, that whole thing about...
Being cute. I got
the writers.
I got that.
It's the writers.
It was, yes.
Right? And then... people saying searching for substance, one of the problems there. They said, well, what are you wearing? How did you get ready? Do your shoes hurt? All these kind of questions on the red carpet. That's kind of weird, isn't it? I mean, come on.
A little bit.
Ask them about what's going on and what they feel about
exactly.
that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
And then not for family viewing, they had Dakota Johnson there told Ryan Seacrest that her parents have to date. Because 50 Shades of Grey. So that was kind of weird too on the red carpet. Seacrest, do you like the E! Entertainment television coverage on the carpet, or did you like it on ABC? I preferred ABC to Seacrest.
I did too.
Seacrest he tries to get a little too Hazagaza into the, young minds there. And they've got that, Khloe Kardashian. I mean, why do they have any Kardashian on any TV show? That's my question to you, Scott St. James.
I'm with you. And Ryan Seacrest, God love him. I mean, he is great at making money. Nobody's better than him right now. He goes out there. If he ever got fired from KISS, it wouldn't matter, because then he would just get another corporation. He is very, very good at that. But when it comes to interviewing people and everything else, mediocre.
Yeah. And J.K. Simmons, he had he says, I know if you go up there scripted, he was the best supporting actor winner, so he didn't have his speech handy. Which is okay, because are you tired of these speeches where they thank all these people that you don't even know?
Well, I was really happy he won.
Yeah, I was happy too, but I mean, he said he and his for Whiplash's acceptance speech, he called on folks to call mom and dad.
Well, I thought that was nice.
Okay. It's like...
I know, but it wasn't harmful.
It's almost as bad as all these names of the people you don't know.
Well, you get excited about the fact that you've won, and so now you start thinking about just laying out the fact, all right, all you moms and dads, man,
They should put a crawl across the screen as to who the person wants to thank, so you can read that, and let the guy just say something of substance.
Well, maybe all these people should have writers, but better writers than what they got on Sunday.
PM Show Weekend Edition on CRN.
Do you have unfiled tax returns or owe the IRS or state more than $10,000? If you don't take action now, your tax problem is going to get worse. Much worse. Seizure of property, bank levies, wage garnishments, and potential criminal prosecution. And if you owe the IRS back payroll taxes, chances are you will be visited at your home or business by an IRS agent. Don't become paralyzed by fear. Take action now. Call the experts at U.S. Tax Shield for help. Our team of experienced tax attorneys can get you protected, stop collections, and negotiate a permanent settlement with the IRS and state, potentially saving you thousands of dollars. At U.S. Tax Shield, our tax advisors will review your case for free, inform you of your rights, and give you a guaranteed quote. No games and no tricky upsells. That's why we have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and thousands of satisfied clients. Put an end to your torment. Get protected. Get the Shield. Call U.S. Tax Shield now at 800-211-8753. That's 800-211-8753. 800-211-8753.
It's called the dose-response curve. The greater the trauma, its frequency and duration, the more likely a person will get post-traumatic stress syndrome. David Morris.
So if you have 5 people in a Humvee, 2 get it, 3 don't, it's likely that the 2 that did get it were the ones that were closer to the explosion and or felt the most threatened.
Morris served 3 tours in Iraq. He says the atrocities one sees close up can bring on PTSD. Pilots are less likely to suffer, ground troops and trained marksmen more vulnerable.
And that's one of the factors at play with snipers and with Chris Kyle. The snipers are sort of unusual in the sense that they're some of the few troops that will actually see with no ambiguity, I just killed another human being.
David Morris chronicles his own struggle with PTSD, the causes and history, and details treatments that offer healing and hope. The book is The Evil Hours, a biography of post-traumatic stress. That's Primetime Focus, brought to you by AARP. I'm Aileen Ellis.
Have you ever considered adding a home security system but thought it would be too expensive? Here's the good news. There's never been a more affordable time to help protect your home, valuables, and your loved ones. You can now get a $100 Visa card from Protect Your Home, your authorized ADT dealer, with the installation of a new ADT monitored system. Here's even better news. Your new system, worth $850, is free. You pay just a $99 installation charge and purchase monthly monitoring for less than $2 a day. Call Protect Your Home today at 1-866-669-8954. That's 1-866-669-8954. Get the peace of mind that comes with owning an ADT monitored system, plus a $100 Visa card from Protect Your Home. Call now, 1-866-669-8954. That's 1-866-669-8954. 36-month monitoring contract required. General terms and conditions apply. Visit protectyourhome.com/terms.
Welcome back here to the weekend edition of the PM Show. I'm Michael Horn, Paul Stern, Scott St. James. Glad to have you all with us here. I'm kind of recapping the Oscars, talking about the week's news in entertainment. So overall, you blame it on the writers, right? Is that the whole deal?
So, yeah, this past Sunday I do.
Yeah. And now you're saying that Julianne Moore has a movie out this weekend coming out, and people are saying she might get another nomination.
You never know.
And then you're saying the stars of 50 Shades in Grey. Some people think.
Let me talk about it,
Scotty. Are you?
Well, let me talk about it.
Let me drink my coffee here and straighten up while you tell me this one.
50 Shades of Grey that came out 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Last week or 2 weeks ago.
So,
right.
Whatever.
Valentine's Day weekend.
Several weeks ago. Because I do this for a living, and so I went out to see the film. I was ready to not like it.
Is that why you went to see it? Because you do it for a living?
Scott's a professional.
Yeah.
No,
I do that too.
I see at least 10 movies a week, and so it's. I
do too.
10 Shades of Grey. I went to see it, ready to not like it, and it knocked my socks off.
So I know you liked it.
Oh well,
even though it lost 70% of its audience in the second week.
All right, now let's talk about that. More than $400 million in tickets being sold. And
you don't have to get angry with me. I just made a
dramatic read. I'm about to give Scott an Academy Award.
No, I'm just telling you.
Statement.
I'm just telling you that
it's not a script.
You see, when numbers rule everything anyway.
Okay.
And this particular case, we only
not the Academy Awards.
We only had two
picture that brought in the most money.
First of all, they weren't even nominated, so it's got nothing to do with that.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm talking about the amount of money that was generated.
All right.
But aside from that, the film is actually good.
You like 50 Shades
well,
of Grey.
First,
I haven't seen it, so I'm not going to comment.
I'm just telling you that the two leads I thought were terrific.
That's Dakota Johnson, Melanie Griffith, and Don Johnson's daughter.
Those are the daughters. Jamie Dornan is
the male lead
guy.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of heavyweights who think that next year that those two are going to be nominated as best actors.
Yes.
Now, of course, if there are more great films that come out, that'll knock them out of the water. But right now, it is possible that they could be nominated next year. They were that good.
All right.
Now, this film is not for everybody. I'll give you that.
Okay.
And it wasn't good enough for me either until I saw it. But the acting, you see, that's what I look for. And the acting of those two people, I just thought was off the charts terrific.
I think that one of the nominees might be this new robot that's, what's this movie that's out again this weekend?
Chipquea or something like that, or whatever it is.
Yeah, Chappie.
Chappie
it's coming out. Is it March 6th, I think it's coming out. Chappie, and they're saying it's the invasion of the friendly robots. We had a Schwarzenegger as the Terminator. He was always great. You know, you had all the different C-3PO and R2-D2 and Yul Brynner and Westworld. That's probably Yul Brynner, I think, was the best robot of them all, don't you think? Didn't he play that thing pretty sinister?
Well, yeah, but you were talking about the all-time actors.
The King of Eye.
Yul Brynner.
Well, yeah, but he was in Westworld. He was the cowboy that was gunning people down. Did you ever see that one, Paul?
I did see that. That was a good one. Who was the other guy in it that he was chasing around throughout that whole film?
I forget, but he was chasing some good guy in that movie in there.
Great actor.
Was it the Time Machine guy?
Short Circuit was another good one over there where they had that, that robot that was running around over there. Ali Sheedy was in that. Anyway, it's, the computer in 2001, that was pretty good. It was a computer role. But I think we should have an Academy Award for best performance by a non-human.
Yeah, well, yeah, I could go for that.
Thank you.
I don't want to try to digress or get on to a different topic.
But you will. Go ahead. Take it away.
Those that are watching us on the weekend replay edition of the show.
Yeah, we're on video. If you go to our website at crntalk.com, we're on the Roku box. You can also hit YouTube and see the replay of the show.
Yeah, if you're listening,
we do the show live on Friday the 27th.
Yeah, if you're not watching the program, you're kind of missing out. Not only because Scott St. James very enthusiastic. But no, he has, I just noticed this for the first time. He has, I don't know what kind of a ring that is he has on his finger there, but that is like the most,
what kind of ring you got there, Scotty? Is that like a World Series ring from the St. Louis Cardinals or something?
No, the love of my life gave me this.
That is a nice looking ring. That's like something like Elvis Presley would wear or something. That's like taking care of business.
And how is Tomas? All right, never mind, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Two shows today. Tomas was good at that too. So, listen, I was hanging out with Roger Carroll, RC from KMPC.
I worked with him.
Yeah, he was talking about working with you when you were at the great KMPC with Gene Autry and the gang and everything.
Roger Carroll and I got along great, and and still do, because I see him at the PBB meetings and stuff, and so I like Roger. I've liked him ever since I got here.
Exactly. He is a good man. He was got a lot of great stories.
Oh, does he ever?
It's very good.
Yeah.
All right,
can we tell any of them on the air?
No, can't. No, they're all. We'll bring him in one time. Should we do that? Get you an RC together?
Love to.
Get Scotty St. James, the jammer with the best sounds in town, the RC spree, as he used to call it on the radio.
I'll tell you something, Michael. I was really lucky to be working at KMPC because all those guys were great, and I walked in and I said, geez, I hope I can keep up with these people.
If you were working at KMPC now, you'd probably be talking in Korean. I think it's a Korean station.
Yeah, right.
Could be the new Morning Man. Yeah. Sponsored by Equus.
Experience a luxury boutique hotel escape in the heart of Laguna Beach, California. With the finest art gallery, shopping, dining, and nightlife just steps from your door. The heart of Laguna Beach, the edge of the sea. It's the Inn at Laguna Beach. Enjoy our comfortable rooms, blending the style of a timeless beach bungalow with the modern comforts of today. 70 newly appointed guest rooms and suites await you at the Inn at Laguna Beach. Then, relax at the rooftop bar, where you'll indulge in breathtaking views of the ocean. For dining, you'll find libations and local cuisine on the California coastline, including dining at the legendary Las Brisas, a Southern California landmark. The Inn at Laguna Beach. Footsteps from room to village to sea, located in the heart of Laguna Beach. The Inn is within walking distance of all that Laguna Beach has to offer. No car required. The Inn at Laguna Beach, 211 North Coast Highway in Laguna Beach, California. Call 800-544-4479 or visit innatlagunabeach.com.
You order a glass of your favorite Cabernet, fresh asparagus, hollandaise on the side, a filet, medium rare. You unfurl your napkin with a flair, close your eyes, and prepare to listen. Ah, there it is. The sweet music you long to hear. The sizzle. The sizzle of a Ruth's Chris steak.
The most magnificent corn-fed prime beef, broiled to perfection at 1800 degrees. Some call it a sizzle. We call it an anthem.
As the waiter approaches, you think, is this one mine or that one?
Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Like Ruth always said, life's too short to eat anywhere else.
Make a reservation online at ruthschris.com or by calling 800-544-0808.
What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you could donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It will be towed away for free and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car, and as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now, 1-800-785-9618. Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now, 1-800-785-9618. That's 1-800-785-9618.
Musicians, starting tomorrow, it's Guitar Center's Green Tag Sale. With savings not up to, but at least 50% off list on the best selection of guitars, drums, keys, DJ, and more. Look for green tags and get incredible deals, like a Yamaha acoustic guitar, just $99. A Mapex Piccolo snare drum, 85% off list, just $39. Or a clip-on guitar tuner, just $15. So come by and get hands-on with the gear you really want. Don't miss Guitar Center's Green Tag Sale starting tomorrow, in-store and at GuitarCenter.com.
CRN listeners, don't forget What's Cooking in Wine with certified wine educator and master sommelier Michael Jordan, coming your way every Friday night at 6 p.m. Pacific Time right here on CRN Digital Talk Radio. You'll find out about the latest trends in wine, food, and the good lifestyle. And by the way, Michael Jordan can talk to those of you that are really into wine and those that are maybe just discovering wine. The great educator Michael Jordan and What's Cooking on Wine Friday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific on CRN. Tomas, one of the great radio minds, presses the buttons here on the PM show, and he said, we broadcast from Hollywood, California. He says, KMPC is now 710 ESPN. Yeah, that's the old KMPC. The call letters were picked up by, Paul and I were talking about this, 1540 AM in Los Angeles, and I believe it's a Korean station. Yeah. Where Scott St. James, you're going to work with doing the news afterwards, aren't you? Brought to you by Hyundai.
You know, in defense of the Koreans, not that they need any defense, but, I think it was a sports station that took the KMPC call.
At first, yeah.
And then the Koreans just kind of inherited it.
Under the guise of Dennis Rodman came over there and did it. I just made that up.
Not like the Koreans are thinking of the days of Scott St. James and Roger Carroll and all those greats, and they think, oh, why don't we just go ahead and just borrow all that stuff. I don't think they even have any idea.
Well, on the dial position, when I was there, it was a lot lower than that. It's, but anyway,
so is your voice.
It doesn't matter.
Your voice is dropping during this broadcast.
I'm glad they were never on 1540. They were never there.
Scott St. James is with us, the great radio professional and television actor, and Paul Stern, and yours truly, Michael Horn. Cool. Sad day today for me, because I met this guy on a few occasions, and Mr. Spock, Leonard Nimoy, passed away. I did not know about it right away. I didn't get the breaking news, and I listening to what's trending today, and I heard Brian Whitman and Jennifer Warren talking about Leonard Nimoy being a photographer. I said, oh, yeah, he is. And I was going to call in, and then I realized that they were talking about the fact that he passed away today. Yeah. And about Monday on the show, Courtney Cadera our producer brought in a news story that we didn't have time to get to, that he was ill and had been at his home in Bel Air, and he passed away. He was battling chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. And they announced last year he was battling that disease because years and years of smoking, it took its toll. And he had given up smoking 30 years ago. TMZ broke the story. Apparently, Leonard checked into UCLA Medical Center last week for intense chest pains. Eventually, he was released. And what a great career. Started playing Mr. Spock in 1966. The only actor to appear in every episode of that series, because the original episode, the pilot, did not have our buddy William Shatner in it. It had Jeffrey, the guy that played
Hunter.
Jeffrey Hunter, yes. And he had passed away, and then William Shatner got that role. So the original pilot had Mr. Spock in it. Anyway, he had the Spock role in a lot of the movies. When he left Star Trek, he went on to be in Mission Impossible. I got a big laugh out of him one year at a cable show, because I went up, and my cousin, the late cousin Wally, Richard Denner, was one of the fabulous judges in Los Angeles on the Marital Relations Board. In fact, he wrote a book that all the judges used, and he was always fair to both parties, especially the men. And he had taken the Leonard Nimoy case on, and they came in, and Leonard Nimoy said he hadn't worked that much or whatever, and so I had Leonard laughing about that, because I knew what had happened in the court case there. But President Obama got involved in this and released a statement today. He says, long before being nerdy was cool, there was Leonard Nimoy, I love Spock. William Shatner tweeted out today. He says, I love him like a brother. We all miss his humor, his talent, and his capacity to love. George Takei said today, that's a Sulu, he says, today the world lost a great man and I lost a great friend. We return you now to the stars. Zachary Quinto, who took on the Spock role most recently in the movies, in the reboot of the film, said, I will miss you every day. May flights of angels sing thee to thy rest. What a great guy, great actor. Am I right, Scotty?
Yeah, no, it's classic real deal. Because he's definitely the real deal. I mean, and what a career.
Yeah. And, you can, if you want to tweet something, you can put that on there. But a lot of the stars paid tribute to Leonard Nimoy. Kim Cattrall said, such another sleep that I might see, but such another man, my mentor, champion, and friend, at the real Nimoy. Steve Martin said, so sad about Leonard Nimoy, who was never engaged, vital, interesting, and interested. Who was ever engaged, vital, interesting, and interested. Larry King said he created a role that nobody else could play. A multi-talented writer, actor, director, a terrific and sweet man. All these people. Alyssa Milano said, Leonard Nimoy, you'll be forever a part of us. Rest with the angels. This is great tributes there. I was a big Star Trek fan. There's nothing more to say about that. As a kid growing up, that was kind of a role model show, just like the Wild Wild West with our buddy Robert Conrad, right?
Yeah, I'm reminded of the great Claude Hall, a columnist, who has a line that goes, we come, we do, we go. And that's basically what, we all eventually go. And in this particular case, when a guy like this goes, we end up talking about him a lot. And the reason that we talk about him a lot is because he is another one of these real deal guys. It's a bad day when we hear something like this. It's a bad day for me. It's a bad day for you. It's a bad day for you, Paul. We're all talking about it.
It catches you by surprise, right? Because you don't, we see the people on the screen and they are that vibrant person on the screen, and you kind of forget because they are such professionals, and you've done a lot of acting. They create the roles, they create these images, and you forget that they're real people.
Yeah, well, that's it. And if they've made you notice, then you really notice when something like this happens today, and that's what has happened.
I think probably no greater testimony to the popularity of the not only the role that Leonard Nimoy created, but all the cast members of Star Trek. The way they were able to come back years after the original TV series, much older, not the same kind of condition that they were in back in the day when they first did the thing, and they. Just as popular as ever.
Yeah. We put together a little tribute for Leonard Nimoy, and I thought if we could get that together, we'll play it for you right now.
Cool.
On my planet, to rest is to rest, to cease using energy. To me, it is quite illogical to run up and down on green grass using energy instead of saving it.
Are you all right?
Yes, I believe no permanent damage was done.
What happened?
The occipital area of my head seems to have impacted with the arm of the chair.
Oh, damn it, Spock, you're right. I'll do it.
Sheldon, wait. You have to wake up first.
Oh, of course. Set phasers to dumb, right?
In this case, do yourself a favor. Put aside logic. Do what feels right. Since my customary farewell would appear oddly self-serving, I shall simply say, good luck. I believe in living a creative life. You are the creators and the curators of your own lives. You create your own life and your work. Give us your best. Give us the best of your art. We crave it. We hunger for it. Help us to see ourselves, to know ourselves. Illuminate our lives. And keep in mind what Victor Hugo said, popularity is the crumbs of greatness. I cannot leave without saying to you, in all sincerity, live long and prosper.
Leonard Nimoy, he will be missed, I'll tell you that. What a great man.
Private mortgage insurance, or PMI, can cost you thousands. The Quicken Loans PMI Advantage is our lender-paid mortgage insurance program. You see, we pay the PMI so you don't have to. PMI Advantage can give you more options, more flexibility, and may save you thousands when you refinance. To learn more, call us at 800-QUICKEN. That's 800-QUICKEN, or visit us at QuickenLoans.com.
Important terms and conditions apply. Call us for cost information. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states and MLS number 3030.
Homeowners, there's never been a more affordable time to help protect your home and loved ones. You can now get a $100 Visa card from Protect Your Home, your authorized ADT dealer, with the installation of a new ADT monitored system. Call Protect Your Home today at 1-866-669-8954. That's 1-866-669-8954. Call now. 36-month monitoring contract required. General terms and conditions apply. Visit protectyourhome.com/terms.
Homeowners, now is the season to be thinking about your roof, because all it takes is one storm to turn a small roof problem into a major leak. If it's time for a new roof, call Sears at 888-465-9720. You can save $500 if you call right now. Sears licensed, fully insured contractors can get your roofing job done right. Just call 888-465-9720. Sears has a variety of shingles and styles that are built for long-lasting performance, and you'll save $500 if you call now. So call Sears for a free in-home consultation at 888-465-9720. Hurry, offer ends soon. Not available in all areas. Installation provided by Sears authorized licensed contractors. License information available upon request. That's Sears Roofing. Call right now and save $500. Call 888-465-9720. 888-465-9720. Call Sears now and get that roof repaired. Call 888-465-9720.
PM Show, Weekend Edition on CRN Digital Talk Radio. I'm Michael Horn. Paul Stern is here. The great Scott St. James. Lots of stuff to talk about. They're kind of in like a mid-season replacement. Coming up Sunday night, they say on CBS, is this new show Battle Creek. Have you heard about this? It's going to start out.
I haven't seen it yet.
A couple of detectives, special agents that get together. Battle Creek, Michigan is where it takes place, and they have an FBI liaison, a special agent is there, and these guys work together. And then the other series that started, I guess, last night, which I wanted to see, I saw some trailers of it as they were making the rounds of TV, and that's another reboot of The Odd Couple. You know, Mike Nichols originated the production of this whole thing. Art Carney, Walter Matthau in it, and then of course Walter Matthau and Tony Randall on television, and Tony Randall, Jack Klugman rather on you know, it's just this whole big this remake of things as it went along, and now it's out with who's playing here in the Matthew Perry and Thomas Lennon are playing it now. So have you seen that series yet?
Have not. The critics were brutal on
were they really?
On the first episode.
Oh boy.
Maybe it'll get better. I haven't seen it
with
yet.
the little pilot I saw, or the little episode I saw, I thought looked pretty funny. I want to check it out. You've seen a new series that I've got on my DVR that I haven't watched yet.
Slap.
It's on NBC.
Yeah, it is. I saw I think it was the second episode last, or second or third. Uma Thurman was the star. They got like about 15 great actors in this thing, so they're not all on each week.
What's the premise of the show?
Well, it's still in gear.
It starts
right
with
now.
a slap or something,
yeah,
right?
It does. It has to do with a kid getting slapped. Is
Yeah.
what started it all. But in last night's episode, it was Uma Thurman who was worried about the fact she's pregnant and boyfriend, and she's talking to her mother, and her mother is the real life mother of Gwyneth Paltrow. I can't think of her name. But she's done a lot of work because she goes back working with Warren Beatty, and I feel badly about the fact I can't remember her name.
Is it Blythe Danner? Is that who it
Blythe,
is?
Blythe Danner.
Thank you
Blythe
very much.
Danner,
Yeah,
Not that I know.
No, that's very good. But
Welcome back, Paul.
They were going back and forth.
Everybody's brain, ladies and gentlemen, Paul Stern.
But two great actors going back and forth on this stuff about real serious stuff about pregnancy and everything else. Do I want an abortion and all this? And
that's in the series.
Well, they're talking about it.
So is this kind of like a Parenthood kind of thing?
Well, I thought Parenthood was very good.
I don't know if I want to get into anything heavy like that. I like action. Is there guns in it and they bad guys and good guys? I'll watch that.
Try it.
Okay, I'll try it. I've got it on the disc there. Now, Modern Family had this thing. They did a big digital leap in this deal where they were trying to, I guess the episode was to show Claire Dunphy's, the daughter. They were trying to find the daughter, and they're all on phones, and they had to go ahead and act like they were talking to each other through phones, and they shot this stuff on like you're watching an iPhone. And I did not see that episode. That was the episode this week over there, and apparently called Connection Lost. It was shot using iPhone 6, iPad, and MacBook Pro. And they contacted Apple. They provided the equipment for the filming, and they put this whole thing together. So we'll have to check that out. Look for it on your on-demand or on your DVR if it's there.
Well, there's lots of new stuff that's coming out right now. There's another.
Yeah, but Hawaii Five-0 is in the top 20.
I watch it.
Can you believe that? And Blue Bloods in the top 20.
I watch both of those shows.
The old series and the old stars are the best.
Do you watch them?
I'll watch both of those.
I do too.
As I chose. And Person of Interest is 17, and Castle is right there at 23.
Yeah.
And I mean, these things just stay kind of right in there.
There's a lot of good stuff out there.
Rise towards the top. Dick Wolf goes strong with the Chicago PD and Chicago Fire.
Yeah, like 25 years he's been just cranking out stuff.
He just gets that stuff going.
And it's good. I watch that stuff too.
Yeah, he's got a lot of stuff going on there. All right, we got some other news items here and stuff that if I can find it, we can get to and see what's going on in the world of showbiz and get your guys' comments on this as well. Harrison Ford is going to return to the sequel, the Blade Runner sequel.
Yep.
That should be good. Kanye West has apologized to Beck on Twitter.
It took a while, didn't it?
Kanye West is crazy. I don't know about this man. He apologized to Beck for blasting him at the Grammys during the Grammy Awards.
I watched that when it happened.
Kanye West almost interrupted Beck when he took the stage when he accepted Album of the Year, and the year before he interrupted Taylor Swift's acceptance speech saying that Beyonce was popular and exciting.
Well, Mike, this time a whole bunch of people got a hold of him and said, you've got to apologize for this, and so it took him a few weeks, but he got over there and he finally did.
CBS has got some shows coming back. I can't believe they're bringing this back because it was starting to get a little boring. The Under the Dome series, Stephen King's novel, is coming back for another season. Big Brother is coming back. And there's more that they're going to have. Under the Dome is going to go to Thursday nights. It's going to be a 2-hour premiere on the 25th of June. And Big Brother's going to return. And Extant, that was on before. That's coming back. I started to watch that.
Halle Berry.
Halle Berry in that. And here's one for you, Paul, because I know you once were at Graceland looking through the shag carpet, and you discovered, I believe, an original remnant.
I found a toenail
of the king's toenail.
I thought it was, at least at the time, but I later then.
Scott, I work with this guy every day.
No, I later,
do you believe this story?
I later changed my opinion. I actually believe it belonged to Robert Conrad. I actually believe he was friends with Elvis. He went to the Graceland mansion.
You still have the toenael, correct?
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't.
I tested it for its authenticity.
Okay. Graceland will always be home, but Las Vegas is set to be Elvis's home from home again. 59 years ago, Elvis first played Las Vegas. He spent months there as a Vegas resident, and And now the Westgate Las Vegas Hotel Casino is going to house a rotating display of Elvis memorabilia. Maybe get that toenail in there.
Which casino?
This is the Westgate Las Vegas.
I'm not familiar with the Westgate. It's not like Caesar Palace, is it? I'm
not familiar with it. But apparently it's the claim to fame for the Westgate.
Maybe it's a new one.
It's good. Westgate.
Is it a new one, Scott?
It's got a rotating...
You know more about this stuff than I do.
Display of Elvis memorabilia and artifacts rarely seen outside of the famed Memphis Graceland exhibit.
I've never been to Graceland, but I was in Vegas a lot for Elvis shows, and I got treated real well by those
They get your room. I think they got $50 rooms at the Westgate.
Well, I was sorry he died because I was getting treated well. I don't get treated like that anymore.
Let me take just a moment or two, if I may, and talk about a great place to eat. That's right. For you folks anywhere in the eastern San Fernando Valley, drop into Bob's Big Boys. That's right. In Sun Valley at 8274 Sunland Boulevard. Now, everybody remembers the name Bob's. They're getting bigger and bigger every day. And little old Bob carrying the hamburger in his checkered overalls is the same Bob that you remember from back through the years. And, of course, if you want to go in for a great lunch, remember their classic burger, the original double-deck hamburger combination. Delicious 100% pure ground beef in 2 patties with American cheese, lettuce, and our famous Big Boy special sauce. The name is Bob, and I think when you go in, you'll say, by golly, I'm sure glad that I found this restaurant because it's good for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. They've got all kinds of things, and all you have to do is remember. Bob's Big Boy in Sun Valley at 8274 Sunland Boulevard. It's a great place to eat.
Hi, I'm Joan London, and if you're worried about your parent or a loved one living alone like I was, and you want reliable senior care information, then call A Place for Mom, the nation's largest senior living referral service. You'll get free information on assisted living, Alzheimer's care, nursing homes, even important financial information.
They had obviously researched every place, not just given me names. Really? They found me a place for what she could afford, and it was magnificent.
We're now very confident that she's safe, and they just helped every step of the way, and I can't thank them enough.
So if you're struggling to find reliable senior living information, call A Place for Mom. This is a free service, and you can trust them to help you.
If you're struggling to find reliable senior living information for your mom or dad, then call or go online to get the free help you need during this turbulent time. Call now, 800-471-5173, 800-471-5173.
You order a glass of your favorite Cabernet, fresh asparagus, hollandaise on the side, a filet, medium rare. You unfurl your napkin with a flair, close your eyes, and prepare to listen. Ah, there it is. The sweet music you long to hear. The sizzle. The sizzle of a Ruth's Chris steak.
The most magnificent corn-fed prime beef, broiled to perfection at 1800 degrees. Some call it a sizzle. We call it an anthem.
As the waiter approaches, you think, is this one mine or that one?
Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Like Ruth always said, life's too short to eat anywhere else.
Make a reservation online at ruthschris.com or by calling 800-544-0808.
Apparently this hotel, this Westgate Las Vegas Hotel Casino, has got the Elvis memorabilia. And if you feel like getting married, they got Graceland Vegas. It's going to have an Elvis Presley sanctioned wedding chapel. Elvis is gone, but apparently he sanctioned this. Such chapels already are in the Las Vegas landscape, but there's no scarcity of Elvis exhibits and shows, including a tribute by Cirque du Soleil in 2012. They did it. So the very showroom where Elvis performed several hundred sold-out shows when the hotel was first known as the International, later as the Las Vegas Hilton, will be revamped. Apparently that's the Westgate Las Vegas. It's going to look much like it did when Elvis shook his hips up there. I had a chance to go once, but I worked at KFI, and they said I couldn't take the tickets from the record company because it would be considered payola. So I did not get to see Elvis perform live.
Well, that's too bad. Like I say, like I was saying off the air, I wish that I'd known you at the time, because I could have gotten you in there.
That would have been great. You mentioned Julianne Moore. She's got that movie coming out, Maps to the Stars. And she's this is a movie that she's recently she won the Oscar here a week ago, and she stars as an aging actress desperately holding on to her Hollywood career, and she has a shot, I guess, at a woman trying to star in a remake of a movie that featured her late mother. And so it's going to be interesting in this to see what's happening.
I'm going to see it Wednesday.
You are going to see it. John Cusack is in here also, and they have dual citizenship for Julianne Moore, so they could film in the USA and Great Britain.
Great.
That's pretty good there. Now, I'm thinking Dancing with the Stars is starting to scrape the bottom of the barrel for celebrities. I mean, this year they got Iraqi war veteran and personal trainer Noah Galloway is going to be there. Robert Herjavy from Shark Tank is going to be there. Patti LaBelle, there's somebody we've heard of. She's going to be there.
Patti LaBelle's going to be 80 years old.
Nastia Lukin, the Olympic gold medalist, is going to be there. Actor and musician Riker Lynch.
Patti LaBelle.
I haven't heard of some of these people. Model and actress Charlotte McKinney. Singer, producer, and LMFAO member Redfoo is going to be on this. I think I'm going to vote for Redfoo. Football player Michael Sam, who couldn't make it at all in the NFL, is now a football legend on Dancing with the Stars. Actress Willow Shields from Hunger Games is going to be on the show. Suzanne Summers is going to be there. That'll be good. And Rumor Willis is going to be there. And they may have the Bachelor Chris Soules might be on the show as well. So that's the 10th anniversary edition.
I wondered if Suzanne's husband, Alan Hamill, negotiated that contract. Oh, no. That guy's pretty tough.
But they're going to soon have agents on the show. Scott, have they contacted you? Because they usually have a radio person on there that gets shot off in like the first week they're gone.
When you were talking about you thought that maybe this thing had come to an end. To me, it came to an end a long time ago.
You scraped the bottom
I think Freddie Dreyer would be great on that. Our very own Fred Dreyer, or maybe Robert Conrad.
They're too good.
How about Robert Conrad on Dancing with the Stars? I say Bob Conrad. Scott, you're smiling.
Well,
pull that off.
Well, I would watch because I've known Bob for a long time, and I'd love to see that. But that's the only way I'm going to watch that show. I stopped watching that show a long time ago.
Yeah. I can't. It's right in the light. You can't see what you're writing up there. You got to move it over.
I think Suzanne Summers is worth checking out.
I think I'd watch it for Suzanne Summers. So, Patti LaBelle is 70 years old. Oh, there you go. She is pretty old there. She'll make it. She'll make it around the floor. I think we pair her up with our buddy Larry Minetti.
That song that she
How about
used
Larry
to
and Nancy Minetti, and they don't need any professional. They just do it themselves.
Well, the way you're talking now, then I will watch the show.
That would be good. Yeah. I'm voting for Larry and Nancy Minetti, and they don't need any professional.
Now dancing, the Minettis and the cha-cha.
Larry does that thing with his knees when he does the jitterbug that I think is I've never seen anybody do it quite as good as Minetti.
I think the big question might be, when's the last time they really had any professionals? Thank
you, Scott.
But what you're talking about right now, I would watch.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Scotty St. James. You're coming back Monday if you're not
pleasure.
acting?
My pleasure.
You're welcome back here anytime.
Tom Bergeron, he's a good friend of ours.
Yes, he is. I love Tom
Always
Bergeron.
a pleasure to be with you guys. Really.
And you're going to be back Monday, Paul Stern?
I'll be back with you on Monday.
I might be here.
All right, that's good. Tomas, thank you. Thanks to our producer, Courtney Kaderi. Thank you for listening. I'm Michael Orne. Have a great weekend.
Around the CRN studios, we pride ourselves on being the station of every situation. You can always listen live through your local cable TV provider, as well as on our website at crntalk.com. But with TuneIn Radio, iTunes, iHeartRadio, and Stitcher, you can listen to the latest